Deep within your skull, between the two hemispheres of your brain, lies a small pine cone-shaped gland. Ancient civilizations believed it was the gateway to realms beyond the physical. They called it the third eye. Modern science calls it the pineal gland. But what if both are right? Nestled in the geometric center of your brain, this tiny gland weighs less than a grain of rice. For centuries, scientists dismissed it as a vestigial remnant, but research revealed something extraordinary. The pineal gland is photosensitive. It responds to light even though it never sees the sun. It produces melatonin, the hormone that governs your sleep, your circadian rhythm, the way your body dances with the cycle of day and night. The Egyptians knew. In the Eye of Horus, they encoded more than mythology. When you overlaid this symbol with a cross-section of the human brain, something uncanny emerges. The thalamus, the corpus callosum, the optic chiasm, they align perfectly with the anatomy of the eye. Some believe this was no coincidence, that ancient priests understood what modern medicine only recently rediscovered. In the yogic traditions of India, they speak of ajna, the sixth chakra, the command center of consciousness. Positioned between the eyebrows, it is said to govern intuition, insight, and perception beyond the five senses. For thousands of years, meditation practices have focused on awakening this inner vision, not to see the world, but to see through it. René Descartes, the father of modern philosophy, called the pineal gland the seat of the soul. He believed it was the point where the physical and the metaphysical meet, where mind touches matter, where consciousness becomes aware of itself. Perhaps he sensed what the ancients already knew, that this gland is not merely biological, but liminal. But something has changed. In our modern world, the pineal gland faces an assault it was never designed for. Fluoride in water, artificial light flooding our nights, processed foods, electromagnetic fields, constant stimulation. Some researchers believe these factors cause the gland to calcify, to harden, to lose its sensitivity, as if the third eye is slowly closing. Calcification. By middle age, many pineal glands show significant calcium buildup. The gland becomes dense, less responsive. Studies suggest this may affect melatonin production, sleep quality, circadian rhythm, but others wonder if something more subtle is lost, a capacity for perception that we've forgotten we once had. Those who dedicate themselves to awakening the third eye describe it not as seeing new things, but as seeing differently. Heightened intuition, vivid dreams that feel like messages, moments of clarity that arrive without thought, a sense of knowing that transcends logic, an inner calm that persists through chaos. They say it feels like remembering something you never learned. Ancient practices offer pathways, medication in complete darkness, fasting to cleanse the body, breathwork to oxygenate the brain, aligning sleep with natural light cycles, sun gazing at dawn and dusk. These are not mystical shortcuts, but disciplines, patient rituals performed over months, years, lifetimes, not to gain new powers, but to recover old ones. There is a question that echoes through history. Are we perceiving reality as it truly is, or only a narrow slice of it? Our eyes detect less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum. Our ears capture only a fraction of existing frequencies. What if the pineal gland, in its optimal state, allows access to information our ordinary senses cannot reach? Perhaps the third eye is not about seeing outward, but inward, not about perceiving more of the world, but understanding the nature of the perceiver, the one who watches thoughts, the awareness behind awareness, the consciousness that knows it is conscious. The pineal gland remains one of the great mysteries, bridging neuroscience and mysticism, biology and philosophy. Whether it is a dormant organ of higher perception or simply a regulator of sleep, perhaps the question itself is the awakening, to wonder what lies within, to seek what cannot be measured, to trust that you are more than what you've been taught to see. The third eye may not show you new worlds, it may simply remind you that you've always been looking at this one through a veil, and that the veil was always yours to lift.